What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy Roger here, and we are going to do a commentary style video where we commentate over one of my races. So let me know if you guys enjoy, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So right away we start in P9, well actually P8 because P8 didn't start. So we took P8, got a better start than P7 and P6, so we take those positions immediately. So now it is me and the front pack, and as you can see, we're coming up down into turn 3, which is, if you've driven this car track combo, you know it can be pretty treacherous. So as you can see, we lift pretty early going into this corner, and there's a boom. Like I was saying, it's a pretty treacherous corner, and both these cars spin in tandem, and while I'm trying to avoid them, I get clipped by the car that was on my left side because he did not hold his brakes down. Let this be a PSA. If you spin, please hold your brakes so that you are predictable to evade. So rejoining here, back down in P8 where we started. So we've got a lot of work to do, but as you can see, our steering wheel isn't necessarily straight. And when we go and brake for this corner, you're going to notice something pretty weird. As we downshift and under braking, you can tell that something's wrong with the car, and as a result of that lap 1 little skirmish with the car that spun in front of us, we have broken left front suspension. So we gotta pretty much take it easy here, limp it back into the pits, get the car fixed so that way we can continue on and try and salvage this race in some way, shape, or form. As you can see, this guy spins in front of us. We're back up into P7, but that means nothing because we have to pit at the end of this lap, and we can't even push at full speed because our car's broken. So thank you to that guy, but we're going to keep pushing. So we come into the pits, make sure we don't get a slowdown penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Meet our lovely pit crew, get our fast repair taken care of, and we are off once again. Joining here in P8, coming out with a lot of work to do. If I remember correctly, P1, P2, and P3 in this race we're kind of just off in Narnia, kind of doing their own thing, having their own race, battling it out for the W. So right now, as we come out of the pits, again, we're kind of keeping it really nice and easy here, since we never got any heat into our tires and brakes, and when you do fast repair, they do reset your temperatures, I believe. Don't quote me on that. But we're going to keep our head down, kind of trying to put in some consistent lap times so that we can maybe catch and pass some slower cars. This is, I believe, like a 600 strength of field. The reason why I started so far back on the grid is that I managed 14 incident points somehow, some way. During qualifying, and I did not put a lap together. This guy goes off, so we get P7 for free. So we're in P7 now, coming into turn 1, and judging by that guy being off and being visible, and that smoke up front being visible, we can tell that we are catching back up to traffic. So we can see P6 and P5 in our sights. So we're going to keep our head down, keep pushing, trying to hit our marks, not to make any mistakes. These two guys are having a really intense battle. One of the guys locks up, goes into the other guy. They have an accident. And while I'm paying attention to what's happening in front of me, I actually spin too. So now there's 3 stricken cars here in turn 5. I struggle getting it back in gear, but that kind of triple Spinaroonie put us all within about, I would say, maybe a second or two, which means that these positions are recoverable. Fortunately, I do go deep into the chicane, unfortunately, but fun. Like I was saying earlier, the guy on pole, 145, our fastest time is a low 142.2. That's still 3 seconds off the track guides I'm using as kind of reference to learn brake markers and turning points and things like that. So by no means is my fastest time fast, but it's definitely fastest for this skill level, this strength of field. So I do know that if I keep my head down and kind of don't make mistakes like that and have a little wiggle going into the last corner, then I can use my pace advantage and salvage something out of this race. And that's what we're going to try to do. So we are currently in, I believe, P7. This is P6 in front of us. P5 is up the road somewhere. Hopefully we get to see him again sometime soon. Following this car on, kind of missed this apex, just trying to emulate their line. Just trying to follow behind them, keep close, keep an eye on them, and then when the opportunity arises, maybe send a move or just avoid an incident like that. So P5 actually spun again into turn 5. So now what's in front of me is P5 and I am in P6. So now that we know that all we have to do is kind of just stay alive, this guy brakes really, really early, messes with my turning point, but we're just going to kind of stick as close as possible with him because we really don't want to be doing too much wheel-to-wheel racing in rookies, because a lot of people don't really have a sense of spatial awareness. But I did notice that I did have a way better run coming out of turn 8, so we're going to go ahead and try it up the inside here. And this guy turns in anyway. We leave him, a decent amount of room. I wouldn't say that we left him the whole road, but we definitely left him enough room where he didn't have to touch us. But he did. So he goes off into God knows where. And now we see P4 up ahead. Coming around into lap, I believe, I want to say lap 7 of 8 laps that we do, or sorry, excuse me, lap 6 of the 8 laps that I did in this race. So we're getting closer and closer to P4. We know we have the pace advantage. We just kind of have to not make any mistakes, and eventually our pace will carry us to where we deserve to be. Look, so that guy has a wiggle at the apex and and he downshifts, so that kills all his momentum. So we just keep it pinned, go around the outside, and make sure not to miss our braking marker going into turn 5, make a mistake because that guy is still close. We get on the power early, and we do have a little slide, but we managed to keep it back. So now we're in P4, and we're going to go ahead and skip ahead a lap. So this is the final lap now, and it's lap 8 of 8. The final lap now, and as you can see there on the right hand side, that looks to be P3, who maybe got into an incident with P2, kind of maybe took himself out, we don't know, but we're coming out of turn 8 and there's 11 turns on this circuit. So turn 9, 10 are that double right-hander that you don't really brake for, so kind of just got to follow through there and then hope that we have, as you can see, so we lift early, get back on the power sooner than the car in front, and we do have a better run coming into turn 11. So we're going to pull alongside, got to use that momentum, pull out of the draft, get late on the brakes, get a little bit deep, miss the apex there, but we do manage to make it stick, and we keep it clean, and we're going to cross the line on the podium for a solid P3. I really did enjoy this race. I thought it was going to be a really sucking one based off the start, but fortunately we were able to salvage something. I do hope that you guys enjoyed this style of video. I do want to keep trying this, and I hope that I get better at it. So please let me know if you enjoyed, and have a good one.